The book Lost and Founder is a story about Rand Fishkin, who is the founder of Moz, an SEO company. And in this book, he shares the different lessons he's learned in starting and building a company, right? So, as usual, I have my 5 key takeaways, and let's start with the first one: pathway to entrepreneurial success. So, a lot of people, want to aspire to escape the rat race, put up their own company, but the common mistake that they usually do is they don't build the expertise. So prior to building a massively successful company, you first need to ensure that you have the expertise in a certain domain, in a certain field, or in a certain skill, right? Once you built your expertise, the next thing you need to do is your network. You need to identify who are the key players within your industry, who are the key partners, who are the key mentors, who are the key people you need to work with to network and grow your company. And finally, once you built that expertise, you built a wide network, that's a time that you can build your company. Again, this would increase your chances of success in building a successful company. The second one is reduce the risk by building a list of 100 customers. So a lot of mistakes that people make is the mentality of build it and they will come, right? So this although this may be some successful for some, however, this makes a person assume so much risk. So rather than develop a product and then once it's fully developed, that's the time you start marketing. First, identify who are your 100 customers. So you need to build a list of 100 customers, and how you're gonna do that is by interviewing 100 people on a certain problem that you would want to solve, right? And also having a clear understanding if that's a problem you want to solve, what are the current solutions and how are they solving this current problem. The third one is build a landing page. So this is a low cost way for you to build your subscriber list. So rather than build a product and then sell it, you could create a landing page. It's basically a web page wherein you can market a few details of your product, at the same time collect their email and contact information without actually even building the product yet. Once you've already, you've tested the market, a lot of people signed up, this is the time that you start to broadcast it to a wider audience. And if you get accumulate, a lot of customers, maybe that's the time that you build the product. So this method lets you start a new business without investing so much upfront, right? You're able to gauge the market to see whether or not there is indeed interest for the product or solution that you plan to offer in the market. The third one is 6 steps to increase your customer conversion rate. So basically, conversion rate is how many of the customers who engage with your emails, with your text blast, or your even social media material, how many of those would convert into an actual sale. So the first one is having a clear understanding of who are your customers. And that's done by doing a cross customer profiling. In this book, the way he did it is he categorized the different customers of Moz into 3 buckets. The first one are the users, right? The second one are those who have a lot of complaints, who never subscribe. I mean, who have subscribed but who have discontinued. And the third one are those who are part of the community who may not be a paying customer but have availed or are active in availing of the free products. Next is customer interview. So once you identify the three, for example, the different profiles that you currently serve, for example, your current users, you need to understand why do they love your product, right? How does it actually help them solve a problem? The second one are those who have previously subscribed but have discontinued. So it could be worthwhile to understand why did they subscribe, and at the same time, what made them discontinue. And the third one is those who avail of your free products, right? So you can do an interview and understanding how come they aren't subscribing yet or availing of the paid services. What's their blockers? What's stopping them? And then based on the customer profiling and after insights that you get from the interviews, you can then craft customized messages depending on the profile that you want to target. So, for example, for those who have discontinued, right, maybe you could offer a special promo or, understanding what are the objections that they currently have, the pain points that they were currently have that made them discontinue and addressing them. So linking it to the number four is compile objections. So compile objections, basically understand having a clear understanding on those who are on the fence on whether or not to subscribe or not. What are their objections? What's stopping them and addressing them. The second one is why they love it. So for those who are actively using your product, it would be worthwhile to understand why they actually use your product and perhaps get customer testimonials from them. And lastly is for those who had initial objections but eventually overcame them. This may also be applied to other customers who are having the same objections. So you also need to understand what helped them overcome these objections. And the fifth one is match the concerns with testimonials. So once you have a list of all the objections, you can map it back. You could link it to your customers who have shared how were they able to overcome these objections and perhaps customer testimonials. And lastly is again to increase your customer base and conversion rate is you can create a promo offer for the list that did not sign up. So maybe by simply doing this you could create an offer for those who are availing of your free products and simply offering them maybe a price discount or a special offer. This would convert them into a paying customer. So again, these are the 6 steps to increase your customer conversion rate. The fourth one is service versus product businesses. So initially, Rand was in the business, or Moz was in the business of services, wherein when they look for a client, they customize and tailor fit the solution to that client. However, because of this service-oriented business, it's very hard for them to scale. So it was very hard for them to look for funding, external funding, venture cap, and so on. So what they did is they took the service and they converted it into a product that they can easily market and scale to the rest of their potential clients, right? So product businesses have higher valuation because of scalability. Again, you build it once, and then you can actually replicate that offer and to more customers. And this is the wrong title, but basically, do the work you love. That's the last lesson, and it was highlighted in the book, a famous quote by Steve Jobs. Your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking. Don't settle. As with all matters of the heart, you'll know when you find it. And like any great relationship, it just gets better and better as the years roll on. So basically, the last nugget of wisdom he shared is whenever you're building a startup, you need to make sure that you're not just in it for the money or to earn a quick buck, right? Because the startup life involves a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of stress, pressure, unless you truly love what you do, it's very hard for you to succeed. And I think that's a really great quote by Steve Jobs, wherein, for you to really do great work, you must love what you do. And eventually you'll be successful. So with that, those are my 5 key takeaways. Apologies for the wrong title in the fifth part, but that's basically love what you do. And if you like that book, I made a lot of other summaries. I do it every Sunday. Go on to youtube.com, search Paulo Balinas, and click like and subscribe to be notified whenever I release new book summaries. So I do it every Sunday. Hope to see you again next week, and have a great day. Bye.